Hello and welcome to this look at a leveled response question on alcohols and carbonyl compounds. It's in the applied problem solving style. So what I mean by that is you have relatively little information to start with and you've got to work out the identity of a number of compounds in sequence. All that you know about them at this point is that it's B, C, D, E and F. So in terms of processing the question, let's start where we've been given some information. So we're going to work out what B is first of all. So from the top of the question you can see that it's CXHYO and it can be oxidized to form a ketone C. So taking our general alcohols and ketones chemistry, compound B will be oxidized to make a ketone. Compound B is likely to be an alcohol of some kind, probably a secondary alcohol, obviously because secondary alcohols oxidize to form ketones. Now we're also given some more information about B, the number of moles we have and also the mass. So to work out the molar mass like we're being instructed to in that first bullet point, you simply rearrange moles equals mass over mR and you divide 2.59 by 0.035 and that gives you 74 grams per mole. So compound B is that amount in grams per mole. It also has to fit into CXHYO. So taking the oxygen away from 74.0 gives you 58. So the CXHY part adds up to 58. So like we said, B is a secondary alcohol, therefore it oxidizes to a ketone. So one of the hydrogens will be part of a hydroxyl group. So that leaves us with 57. So let's see how many carbons can fit into that. I'm going to start with 4 carbons, which adds up to 48, because I've got to leave a little bit of room for my hydrogens as well. So that gives me possibly butan-2-ol. So now taking that idea, we need to think about how to work out C, D, E and F. So let's now focus on the information that they've given us about those compounds. So we've parked what we've deduced already, and now we're going to look at what compound B does. When it reacts with compound D, it forms C3H6O2. So obviously we need to lay out the fact that the ketone is formed, ketone C. So now we've got B and C. We can think about compound D. So it says in the presence of an acid catalyst, there are 2 oxygens in compound D. So it could be a carboxylic acid as in COOH. Now we still need to think about E and F. So the functional group on alcohol B and the functional group on compound D, which is a carboxylic acid, those will react together to make an ester. So making room for our structure for an ester, that allows us to do this. So notice that the O from OH is on the second carbon along, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's butan-2-ol, not butan-1-ol that was used. So we can say that's compound E, and finally compound F is the water molecule that's produced as a side product. Okay, now because this is a leveled response question, there's quite a few different ways in which you could lay your answer out. I chose to use displayed formulae, but you could use structural formulae, you could use skeletal formulae, provided it was clear what the structures of each compound were, so you could see, or the examiner could see, that you understood the different functional groups that were present. So don't use molecular formulae, use skeletal, displayed, or structural. All right, thanks for listening, as always. Until next time, see you soon.